G'day guys, and welcome back to Buddy and the Boss. This is part 2 of that exposure that I'm doing on the Housing Pathways Plan, especially these guys in Lismore. And even though I'm getting kicked out of my accommodation tomorrow, I may not be, because I just rang Link to Home, and it is late at night, it's about 9:30, and I got through. And they said to me to send this Pathways medical assessment, which I've shown you guys on the other video before, but now I'm just going to show you the corruption and exactly what I told them. So I'll make it clear this time, so anyone watching, you'll be able to follow what I'm saying instead of me going all over the place. So what I'm trying to point out is when I signed the contract with the housing people, let me have a look here. I've lost some paperwork here, so there it is. Alright, so is that it? No, that's the other one. No, it should be close by. Just bear with me. Here it is. Rightio. So this is how it works, and this is where the money's going missing, or this is how they're doing it. Okay, so when I ring Link to Home, if anyone rings Link to Home, if they're homeless, they will find you hotel accommodation. Now, they will pay for the nights up until your payday. And on your payday, you'll be given a contract to sign, or just before your payday. So you have a co-contribution. Now, co-contribution is the amount that you will pay to New South Wales Housing Pathways, and they will pay the rest, whatever the motel is that night. So Link to Home pay for the first few nights. Then you're required to pay a contribution of a week's contribution. So my contribution for a week, based on what I earn from disability support pension, is $132. And I've paid my rent consistently. And part of the plan is that you will they say that you'll be given a social worker, because just remember, you came from a homeless position, and this Pathways plan is supposed to get you out of homelessness. So you actually should be given a caseworker. I've been told I was going to get one and haven't, so I've put in 2 requests for more, and I still haven't heard from anyone. I've also put in a complaint 15 days ago, and I have not heard back from the complaints department yet. And so that's that. So here's what I'm going to show you. So we've got all the evidence on screen, and everyone at Lismore office, and we have names here, so we can call out names. So I did say I was going to give a list of names. Battery's going flat. Right, so here's my medical assessment. I'll put it out here. There it is. Pathways plan. Medical assessment. See that? Clear as day. Now, I'm going to show you my personal medical stuff, because I can. So this is a doctor, Dr. Corin from First Light Healthcare. I don't care who knows my information, you can't do anything with it. General practice. Now, here it is. Name of medical conditions: depression. Description of conditions: low mood, low motivation, poor concentration, disorganised thoughts, serious fatigue. I'm always fucking tired. how the conditions affect the client's housing needs. Okay, it says it there. You can read it. There you go. All right. There's what the doctor says. All right, I'll read it out. Decreased energy and ability to look for accommodation. Inability to organise and process the required steps to look for and maintain accommodation. Weekly, monthly. The boxes tick severe. 5 years. It says 5 years. Right. Is the client's current accommodation exasperating their medical conditions? Yes. And she says unsuitable accommodation causing insecurity and low self-esteem. And this has given me more low self-esteem, isn't it, by you guys illegally kicking me out. So let's go to the next page. Okay. Yep, does the client need accommodation that is modified? No. Does the client's conditions affect their ability to look for suitable private accommodation? Read that. That's question 12. You see that? And here's the answer. And I'll read that answer out to you. So, inability to manage the process of looking and maintaining accommodation. That's what it says right there. Under, can the client look for private accommodation? It says no here. It says no. I've got too much going on. I haven't got ID. I haven't got this and that. Where's my social worker? Alright, so now let me just show you. I'm on a modafinil, that's my medication. And there's the signature of the doctor. See that? There it is. Now, in the pathways plan that I signed, after I sent them my bank records and all my information and stuff like that, on the back of the housing pathways plan that I've obviously signed, and it states under section 10 here. We'll see section 10. Okay, have a good look. Right, section 10 states if you were not able to look for alternative accommodation, you must provide evidence such as a medical certificate. That's what it says. Right, that's all it says, to provide a medical certificate. Support agency letter and or other relevant documents to demonstrate the reasons. Now, at no time on this form or any email, which they haven't emailed me, they haven't even phone called me, does it state that it has to be validated. Now, the reason they're kicking me out tomorrow is because I didn't look for accommodation. When it clearly states on the medical assessment form not to look for private housing, depression, low moods, brains all over the place. And now I'm concentrating on this because they're making me homeless. I've got more things to think about. I don't have time to look for houses when I'm always getting kicked out of here every week. Okay, so I've been into the office and I spoke with, who did I ring up first? Let's put you out there. Tweed Heads, Anna, Senior Service Client Specialist. She is the one that told me that my medical certificate had to be approved. Now, I've never got a letter back or a response via email, message, or a phone call to state why my doctor's certificate was not validated or approved. Now, nor was I told who does the approval. I've got no response back as to why it would be denied. It is there's the original docket, the original, that's the original form from a doctor. It states in there, section 10, to provide that information and evidence. Now, I've done everything right here, and my rent is paid up until Monday, and they're kicking me out here on a Friday because I didn't look for private housing. I've engaged with such things as Salvation Army as well. I'm high on the housing list, and look, I don't have ID as such. I don't have rental references. I don't have rental ledgers, and I'm not getting support from this pathways plan. What's the plan? Where's the plan enact into here? There's no plan. You've got no plan. What you're doing is stealing money. Let me tell you how. Because if I leave here tomorrow, remember I'm still paid up till Monday. That's 2 days. Now I've done the math. That's $18.85, right? If you divide how I did it there, my contribution 132 divided by 7, come up with 1885. Okay, so that's you should times that by 2 actually. So you owe me $36. Is that correct? I think so. So did I get that right? You can do the maths. So look, 2 nights. It's yeah, $36, isn't it? 18, no, 16, 32. Yeah, rightio, $36, something like that. So that could have been money in my pocket, but you're going to pocket that. And how do you do that? Well, the motel's been paid. I've paid my contribution, and you're going to skim 2 days off there. But then tomorrow someone else can be booked in, and then the motel will be paid. They'll probably and the contribution's been paid to you through Link to Home. So you're scamming Link to Home, and you're taking advantage of the homeless people. And you're non-contactable, so which means to tell me, are you guys ever in the office? Do you ever work on the counter? Do you ever work with your clients? Have you actually gone through the paperwork? Have you made inquiries to the person's needs? Because everyone here has individual needs. They have different circumstances why they're homeless and why they're coming into these places. And quite frankly, what you're doing is breaking all human rights. You're breaking your own contract, and I clearly just pointed that out. You can't hide from that. I mean, I send this video down to one of the MPs, or I send it to the housing minister, or I send it to 60 Minutes. I mean, but there you go, guys. Like that's the evidence, and I've paid my rent. My rent's paid. It's paid up until Monday. So I've sent those letters off to we'll be sending those in an email tomorrow by 9 o'clock. And Lismore Housing, you can look forward to that phone call. And to the senior service client specialist, do you hear that? Senior service client specialist. She's a client specialist, Anna from Tweed Heads. Why she's not a specialist? Because she hasn't taken into consideration the client's needs. She doesn't know anything about me. There's nothing. I gave them a medical form, and that's what they requested. Nowhere does it say that it has to be approved. Nowhere. It just says provide, and it's on your contract, and it's Pathways Plan Doctor. That's your contract, All right, let's make that very clear. And that's all the bullshit that you've got to do. That's what's expected of me, the client. And I thought it was a two-way path. That's how housing. That's why people are homeless. I'm exposing it. Now you guys see, they'll steal that fucking $36 if they put someone in here. They'll get paid from the next client, and because the next client's probably not exposing things like I am, and probably not as smart as me to work all this out, and or has the time to fight these things, whatever the case may be. No one's going to show you these things. No one's going to point these things out, and they will get away with corruption and stealing money from the government. And I do think they're not actually in the office. They're driving government cars. They're never in the office. You can't speak to anyone, and it's all about the money. And I'm proving that right here. Not one phone call with a caseworker. I've put in 2 applications. I've had a complaint in over 15 days ago. No one's got back to me. I had a social worker from Centrelink contact and see what's going on. At no point of time, and on proof of my phone call records and message boxes, not once have I received a call from them in regards to my needs or with a social worker, but I have got phone calls of make sure your keys handed in tomorrow and this, that and the other. And that's twice in a row just after I've paid rent. So really they're trying to get people out on a week's rent. And look, when you add that up with all the clients that they've got, and it's all over the Tweed area, you're looking at millions and millions, probably even could be billions, just like they're finding out in America. So look, Precinta Price, if you're watching, this is a good place to start with your Doge investigations. And if anyone doesn't know Precinta Price, she's like Elon Musk. She's going to be looking into government fraud and waste. And this is one place that is, I think, should be on the list. And I'm exposing it here on Buddy and the Boss for everyone to see, because no one else is seeing this. No one else is showing you the paperwork. No one is living the life, being homeless, trying to get back into a house. No one's doing it and exposing it on the front lines. I'm living it. And look, it's so easily swept under the carpet with all these government workers and whatnot. They all cover for each other. But they don't seem to be ever in the office. I wonder if they're just staying at home and like they copied off America. They're just staying at home, getting paid, and they tell their receptionist, maybe they take it in turns, and they just say, look, tell them we're in a meeting, we're in a meeting. And then when you want to get something, they have to actually call them. So are they in the meeting out the back, or are they at home and you've got to call them? That's just something visually that I picked out while I was in the office. So I don't even think that they're actually in the office. And that's a pretty distressing thought. But anyway, just want to post this one up real quick because there's the evidence. Tomorrow I just rang Link to Home, like I said. Because they're stealing money off them too, because they're paying for the motel rooms and their clients are getting kicked out, so they're stealing off the government as well. It's very, very corrupt. So Lismore office, you're being exposed. So where was I going with the end of this? Oh yeah, so Link to Home, I've got to email them this. They just sent me a message through to my phone, and we're going to have the medical assessment given to them. And look, who is doing the reviews of the medical situation to say whether denied nor confirmed, which it doesn't say that's part of the process. They say just provide the medical certificate. You've seen it here on Buddy and the Boss. I don't think the guy's a psychiatrist. I don't think he's a medical doctor. So who is he to override a decision or an assessment made by the doctor? And then where is the caseworker to help me deal with the issues that I have to overcome homelessness? It's just about the money. There's a scam going on, and they're ripping off everybody. So look, even the motel, I would imagine, but I don't know. Maybe the motels are getting kickbacks from it, and that's why they're all converting their motels into link to home sort of deals. All right, that's Buddy and the Boss. And I'll keep you informed what happens tomorrow, because I might be able to get to keep this place, because guess what? I paid my rent up until Monday. I've got a medical certificate that's valid, that's from a doctor, so there's no reason that I shouldn't be here tomorrow, because if they kick me out tomorrow, that's the New South Wales Lismore office. You're going to be liable. And, you know, look, I'd want compensation. We're going to do the Ombudsman too. We haven't done that one yet. So, all right, this is Buddy and the Boss. We'll keep you informed and let you know what's going on tomorrow. Stay strong, keep resilient, and never ever give up. This is Buddy and the Boss. I'm the Boss. Out.